Make a chain of 43. Make a chain of 3. In the fourth stitch, do a double crochet. Skip 2 chains here. In the third chain, do a group of 3 double crochets. Again skip 2 chains and do 3 double crochets in the third chain. Skip 2 chains. In the third chain, do the last group of 3 double crochets. So we have 4 groups of double crochets here. Now we are going to make a chain of 13. Skip 5 chains here. In the sixth chain, do a group of 3 double crochets. Skip 2 stitches. In the third stitch, do again 3 double crochets. We're going to do 5 groups of 3 double crochets this time. Skip 2, 3 double crochets in the third chain. Skip 2, 3 double crochets in the third chain, and this is the last one. Again we'll do a chain of 13. Skip 5 stitches and do 4 groups of 3 double crochets. Skip 2, 3 double crochets in the third chain. Skip 2, 3 double crochets in the third chain, and in the last chain do 2 double crochets. Row 2. As a thumb rule, whenever you have a previous row ending with 2 double crochets, you will start the next row with just a chain of 3. Turn your work. In the gap between this group and this group, do 3 double crochets. Skip these 3 chains. In the gap between these 2 groups, here, do 3 double crochets. This is our second group. The third group will go here. So we have completed the 3 groups. In the previous row we did a chain of 13 here, but now we're going to do a chain of 6. And we are going to do a single crochet here, and again a chain of 6. Now we move to the next group where we had 5 groups of double crochets. We're going to skip this group and we'll do a double crochet group in the gap between these 2 groups. In this gap, another group. The third group here, fourth group here. So our 5 groups have reduced to 4 groups. We'll do the same chain of 6 In this chain of 13 that we had in the previous row, we'll do a single crochet and continue with a chain of 6. Between these two groups, we'll do a group. We'll go to the next group in this gap, and our last group will be here. Now here we have 2 double crochets, so as a thumb rule we are going to end it with a single double crochet. Now in the previous row we had 1 double crochet here in the ending, and we had a chain of 3 here in the beginning. So in this row, which is row 3, we will have 2 double crochets. So we'll do a chain of 3 and a double crochet above this double crochet that we had in the previous row. Now in this gap, we'll make our first group of 3 double crochets. Here will be the next group, and that's it. So we started with 4, then we had 3, and now we have 2. So we are decreasing this diamond shape and we are going to increase this diamond shape here. So make a chain of 6 and we did a single crochet here in the previous row. In this gap between these 2 chains, make a single crochet, in this stitch where we had the single crochet, make another single crochet, and in the gap between these 2 chains here will be your last single crochet. 1 single crochet has become 3 single crochets. Now make a chain of 6, double crochet in this gap, that is the group of 3 double crochets, another group here, and the last group goes here. So we started with 5 here, then we had 4, and now we have 3. Make a chain of 6. Between these 2 chains, make a single crochet, a single crochet above the single crochet of previous row, and the last single crochet in this chain gap. So we have 3 single crochets here, chain 6, we'll do a double crochet group here, another group here, since we have a single chain here, we'll do 2 double crochets here. Row 4, start with a chain of 3 because you have 2 double crochets here. In this gap, make a group and a group here. So this time we have just 2 groups, chain of 6. Coming to this diamond, in this chain gap, we'll do a single crochet and we'll do 3 single crochets above these 3 single crochets which we did in the previous row. And in this chain gap, we'll have the last single crochet. So we have 5 single crochets here. We started with 1, then we had 3, and now we have 5. Chain 6. We'll have 2 groups in this gap and this gap. chain of 6 and 5 double crochets here, chain of 6, 2 groups here. Now we had 2 double crochets here, so we're gonna end with double crochet. Now this is the last row when we are decreasing this triangle, so we'll have just one group this time, and this is the last row where we are going to increase this diamond. Row 5, we had 1 chain here, so we'll have 2 double crochets here. So start with the chain of 3 and another double crochet in the same chain gap, and the last double crochet group here, chain of 6. Now here we're going to have 7 single crochets, chain of 6. In this gap, make a group of 3 double crochets. This is the final decrease. Chain 6, single crochet in this gap, 5 single crochets above these 5 single crochets, and the last single crochet here, chain 6, double crochet group here, and we'll end with 2 double crochets here. Now we have completed half of the diamond here. We're gonna start a diamond here by increasing the groups on either side, and we have to complete this diamond by reducing the number of single crochets. Row 6, we have 2 double crochets here, so we'll just do a chain of 3. Here we'll have the first group, and here, which is between the gap between this chain and this group, we'll have the next group. Chain 6, skip the single crochet. In the next single crochet, do a single crochet and continue making single crochets in each stitch until you reach 5 single crochets. That way you're going to skip the last single crochet here. Make a chain of 6 again. Around this group, in this area and in this area, you're going to make 2 groups. Make a chain of 6. Again, we're going to have 5 single crochets here, so skip the first and the last single crochet and do single crochets in the remaining 5. Chain of 6. Here in this gap we'll have a group. The gap between these two will have another group, and above these two double crochets we'll have just one double crochet. Row 7, chain 3 and make another double crochet. Between these two we'll make one group and a group over here. So we have increased one group here. Now we'll do a chain of 6. We'll skip 2 single crochets in the beginning and the end, and we'll have just 3 single crochets this time. Chain of 6, and we'll have a group here, here and here. So we'll have 3 groups here this time. Chain of 6, 3 single crochets by skipping the first and the last single crochet. Chain of 6, a group here and a group here, and we are going to end with 2 double crochets in this gap. Row 8, chain 3, a group in this gap, a group in this gap, and a group in this gap. Chain 6. So we had 3 now. Last time we did 3 single crochets. We'll have just 1 single crochet in the middle. We're gonna skip the beginning and the end single crochets. Chain of 6. We're gonna do 4 groups here, here, here and here. So we have 4 groups now. Chain 6, skip the first and the last single crochets. In the middle do a single crochet. Chain 6, a group here, here and here, and we're gonna end with a single double crochet. So we have 3 groups here and a single crochet here. When your pattern repeats multiple times, you'll have 4 groups, but in the beginning and the end you will have 3 groups.